Hello book lovers, I'm Elena Khodakivska. This sleepyhead is Cat Joseph, my fluffy assistant. Welcome on our channel. So today is the 1st of April and it's high time to summarize our bookish results in March. And our bookish process, both reading process and writing process in March, looked like this. 10th of March, and our March, Cat Joseph is coming. He's right here. He doesn't want to cooperate today, his sleepyhead. Well, our March is going well. My mom comes to visit us, and we are really happy about this because I do have spare time. I've got some spare time to write more, to read more, or to film a bit more. So, and my fluffy assistant is really helpful. He keeps on doing his best to encourage me in my writing process and reading process. So, a couple of days ago, I finished reading this amazing book. I just fell in love with this cover. It's like a fairy tale. Well, this book was absolutely gorgeous. I would highly recommend it to all the kids starting from probably 8 years old, to all the parents, the grandparents, or it's really kind, it's really touching, it's really heartwarming. We follow Charlie Reese, yeah. She's 11 years old, and her family is completely broken. That's why she goes to live with her uncle and aunt in another town, where she's about to start her new life. This new life appears to be not so cloudless. She faces new challenges. She faces bullying. Meantime, she meets new friends. To be particular, it's a boy named Howard, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. And a stray dog, and her adventures begin. She has a list of things to wish on, and she tries to wish on every sign, on everything, only to have her dream come true. Well, whether Charlie's wish comes true, whether she gets the true meaning of family, what real loving family looks like, whether she succeeds taming the stray dog. All these things you can find out by reading this absolutely amazing book. The writing style is so easy, is so light, and so enjoyable. It's full of small, kind, tender, I would say, twists. It was full of brilliant lessons. Truth to be told, I really wish I had this book when I was in her age, when I was 11 years old, because there are so many brilliant examples, brilliant lessons, wise piece of advice, or how to act in this or that situation. Because sometimes I was facing the same events that Charlie faced. Well, this book is absolutely amazing, gorgeous, kind, heartwarming, heart squeezing. In some moments I sobbed because it was really sad. It was speaking about the characters, I adored everyone. They really felt so alive for me. Some of them I really hated from the first pages. Some of them I fell in love at once, and I kept on living with most of them even after reading this book. I have two favorite quotes here. Actually, this book is like one big quote. Yes, I like this sentence. I like this notion. I repeat this as a characteristic in review pretty often. But as it is, this is like one big wise quote concerning friendship, love, family atmosphere, family environment, attitude to kids, attitude to parents, or well, it's really wise book, and I would definitely read the other books by Barbara Connor. I just put them all into my to-be list in Goodreads and Amazon. One of them is How to Steal a Dog. There are lots of books by this author, and I would definitely read them because I read this one with my actually I read it right now with my son, because from time to time I read the book by myself on my own, and then I decide whether my son would like it or not. And this one I'm reading it now with my son, and he truly loves it. Well, the first quote that really impressed me is, you can judge people for the mistakes they make. You judge them for how they fix those mistakes. In my humble opinion, it's like simple but profound and really wise. And the next one, my inner child was clapping heavily. Maybe some wishes just take longer than others. So if you have your cherished dream and it still didn't come true, don't give up, because as I said, as Barbara Connor said in Wish, maybe some wishes just take longer than others. Well, the next reading update, I have started reading 2 books. The first one is not my genre. It's fantasy, but wow, this book is so gorgeous. I watched so many videos on authored by this author, and I watched how patiently the author was talking about this book, about her creation, and I dived into this book, and I'm already enjoying it from the first lines. Just take a cover, but as far as I've got it, it's the original cover. The new one looks a bit different, but just take a look how gorgeous it is. On Winds of Ash and Dust by Brittany Wang. Just take a look how amazing it is. This is the complete novel. Episodes are 1 to 6. Here you can see that all the episodes, just like gorgeous. Well, I am on the first pages, actually on the chapter 5, and it's really amazing. Pixie Pirate Queen may be an outlaw wanted by all 5 pirate clans, but she prefers it that way. All she wants is to finally become a captain in the infamous pirate fleet and bury her true identity beneath the rolling waves. But when the news of her twin brother's sudden death causes her to risk everything she has vowed to avenge him, Queen is unmasked for who she really is. Wow. From the first lines, there are so many twists, so many tense moments, so many cute quotes, so many funny funny ones with sarcastic humor. I'm already enjoying it, and it's really great, and I keep on reading it with with so much pleasure. The next book that I've started reading is this one. If you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, you know that Guillaume Messo is one of my favorite writers, and it's my out-to-buy writer. It's another brilliant suspense thriller. I'm only first chapter through, but also I'm already enjoying it. It's about investigation about I will read you in, I'm sorry, Joseph's fur is on my lips. Sorry. Well, I don't know whether you speak French, because I speak French. I read books in original. Well, in two words, the main character, Matthias Taillefer, he wakes up in a hospital and meets a young woman. She's a student, and she asks him to help her in some investigation. Well, as I've said, I've on the first pages of this book, on the first chapter to be exact, and really I enjoy it, because like Musard, it's one of the most brilliant French writers. I really love his books. I don't know whether you can see, but here I have on the first of bookshelves, you can see my favorite writer ever is Marc Levy and Guillaume Musso and UNESCO. Well, this book is the book I'm currently reading. Also, I have some book mail. I was lucky because I know that some of my friends had really big problems and like failed. Book delivery failed, so I was lucky one, and I have three books in my book mail. The first one is Lisa Javel. I really like the cover. The Night She Disappeared. I have one of her books also on my bookshelf. It seems to me The Family Upstairs, but I still haven't read it. Well, summer 2017, teenage mom Talula heads out on a date, leaving her baby son at home with her mother Kim. At 4:30 a.m., Kim awakens to discover that Talula hasn't come home. Friends tell her that Talula was last seen heading to a pool party at a house in the woods nearby called Dark Place. Talula never returns. Summer 2018, waking in the woods behind the school where her boyfriend has just started teaching, Sophie sees a sign nailed to a fence, a sign that says, "Dig here." Well, it seems and sounds intriguing, captivating, and well, I found out about Lisa Javel about 3 or 4 years ago when I was on Cyprus with my family, and there I found this one. It's one of her first books, Winds and Joy. I haven't heard anything about Lisa Javel at that moment, but like I like the cover. It seems looks pretty romantic, cute. The boy, the girl, and the cat, red cat with a white chest. I love the motto, "Love never changes, life does." Well, I read it and I absolutely fell in love with the writing style, with the plot, with the description of main characters. Well, I loved it. As far as I remember, I read it in one sitting. Well, Vince and Joy are both looking for something in their teens, in family holidays, and bathroom mirrors, in their 20s, in messy London flats and messy London relationships, in their 30s, in marriages that appear stable and feel anything but. 17 years ago, Vince and Joy met, parted, and never said goodbye. And soon they're going to have to ask themselves, could it be that they actually found that they have both been looking for back in the mid-80s in a holiday park by the sea? Well, I truly love this cover and still do, and probably I will read it someday, but thanks to this book, I discovered Lisa Javel, such an amazing writer for myself, and I will happily dive into this one pretty soon. I still don't know when when I will be reading this book, but I will definitely do it in the upcoming future. The next book that was in my book mail was this one. Just take a look how pretty the book cover is. This is the second book by this author. I forget. I know you can't see the one more book by this writer. I don't remember the. Probably I will find this one under the not under the days. A Sky Painted Gold. Wow. I read this one. It was highly recommended by my friend, French writer Coralie Cajoul. This one is one of her favorite writers. She recommended this writer for me, and I truly loved their Sky Painted Gold. That's why I so Coralie ordered it, and I decided I also want to order it, and I did it. So a snow-dusted love story. In autumn of 1931, 18-year-old Freya runs away from her home in Cornwall to follow her dream of becoming an actress. When she finds work with a touring theatrical company, Freya thinks her path to success is clear. Amidst all the glamour and bustle of stage life, she discovers for the first time a place to belong. But can reality ever live up to her expectations? What if her life and falling in love turn out to be nothing like she planned? Wow, sounds romantic, sounds positive, sounds fairies, and I adore this book cover. Just glorious. Wow, and the next one that I had in my book mail is this one. I have heard so many controversial reviews on these books. Some people said that this book is about nothing, this book is not for me, I didn't have this book, and so on and so forth. Others reviews were completely different. I adored this book, I love this book, this is something amazing, gorgeous, and so on and so forth. Well, I decided to read, to have my own musings, to have my own opinion. Probably it's very pretty well known, but I still will read A Forgotten Story, A Secret Network of Women, A Legacy of Poison and Revenge. Welcome to the Lost Apothecary. In 18th century London, women whisper for a hidden apothecary shop and its mysterious owner, Nella, who sells well-disguised poisons to use against the oppressive men in their lives. Noah's dark world is no place for newest patron and precocious 12-year-old named Eliza Fanning, but their unexpected bond sparks a strain of consequence that echoes through the centuries. 200 years later, aspiring historian Caroline Parswell is running from her own demons, where she discovers a clue to London's long unsolved apothecary murders. Caroline's unended present soon collides with an explosive history, binding her fate to Noah's and Eliza's in a stunning twist that transcends the barrier of time. Wow, wow. In my humble opinion, it sounds like gorgeous, mind-blowing, intriguing, and full of twists. And I like the cover. It's pretty cute. It looks cute and gorgeous with all these flowers. This bottle, I like the top of the bottle. Just amazing. Well. Also, I have for one of my friends' daughter has her birthday, and I know that she started learning Spanish. That's why I ordered her this one. I don't know Spanish. I learn it someday, but I don't remember a thing. That's why I will tell you in English. In English, it means the little shoemaker silver. by Ben Wolf and illustrated by George Young. I adored this fairy tale. I loved it so much. I read it with my son, and I'm still reading it from time to time during our bedtime stories. One, Annabel Shoemaker was out picking berries near her home in Ireland when her curiosity results in her being transported to New York City. Lost and forced to make her way in the world without the support of her family, she sets out to learn her father's trade. The only problem is that she doesn't know how to make shoes and discovers that she isn't particularly good at it. With the help of her friend Emily, the daughter of an immigrant shoemaker, the two find out that there is a magic to be found in friendship and in doing something you love. Join Annabelle on her journey of discovery to find out how her leprechaun magic works. Well, the author is Ben Wolf, and these amazing illustrations made by George Young. Wow, that's why I know that there is a Spanish version of this book, but by the way, soon the coloring book in both, it seems to me, in both versions, in English and in Spanish, will be released, and you can order it if you like it, if you're interested in, because it seems to me if you you're about to start learning Spanish, or you're already learning it, or on the first stages of learning Spanish, this book is just what you need, because the writing style is enjoyable, simple, like brilliant to start your journey in Spanish with. Well, so I ordered this one for the daughter of my friend. It will be a present, and I will, when it reaches their recipient, I will make a post, not to spoil the party. Well, and the next one is that I ordered for the daughter of my friend is this one. I have already told you about this book, how amazing, how like this book is, wow. Like, I will link the description in the description below, the link to this book. I've told you about this book. It seems to me, yeah, I've definitely told you about this. Well, The Last Bear by Hannah Gold. There is one more book that I read and loved so much. It's The Lost Whale. But this one is a amazing fairy tale, amazing story, brilliant fairy, kind, touching, about the girl and white bear. Their friendship will change everything. There are no polar bears left on Bear Island. That's what April father tells her when his research takes them to an Arctic outpost for 6 months. But one night, April catches a glimpse of something distinctly bear-shaped loping across the horizon. A polar bear who shouldn't be here, who is hungry, lonely, and a long way from home. A bear who is missing something, just like April. As their unlikely bond grows, April is determined to save her new friend, and so begins the most important journey of her life. This is a debut, but well, it's really, like it said here, it's a dazzling debut. I had so much fun reading this book, and as far as I remember, when I finished reading this book, I started reading The Lost Whale, and I read it in one sitting. I was reading for 3 hours while my little Christina, we were sitting on this armchair. She was sleeping on my chest, and I read this The Lost Whale on one sitting. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I would definitely recommend this one and The Lost Whale to all the kids, starting probably from also or 8 or probably 10 years old, and I am grown up, but still I love this book. Also, there are the illustrations. I will show you just one of them, not to spoil it, like this one. Well, it's a really lovely thing, and I will definitely recommend to, I had already recommended and I will recommend to all the parents who has girls, and not only girls, because this one is about girl and bear, and the Lost Whale is about boy and the whale. Well, this one and The Lost Whale I read with my son, so I read it a couple of times, and he really loved it. This one and The Lost Whale. Well, it seems to me it's the whole reading update. I'm just looking about the books I wanted to tell you, and it seems to me I have told you everything I wanted to tell you. Well, about writing process, it's going. You know that I don't like talking much about writing process. I just see it and write. That's all. Nothing glamorous, nothing special. Oh, numerous mugs of her hot tea and write. That's all. I do hope that I will be able to share the result of my writing process pretty soon, but no rush, or I don't want to rush the story. It goes as it goes. Well, it's the 10th of March. My fluffy assistant is sleepyhead. He doesn't want to cooperate. He's lazy. He's sleepyhead. He's twitching his ears because he does understand that I'm speaking about him. Well, I do hope March is about to keep on going in such a lovely pace with positive vibes, loving vibes, and so on and so forth. So it's the 18th of March. My fluffy assistant is sleeping here. agrees to collaborate in such a way while he's sleeping. I am filming, and I keep reading these two books. The first one is amazing book in fantasy genre, On Winds of Ash and Dust by Brittany Wang. I do hope I pronounced the surname correctly. If not, I'm sorry beforehand. I am on 173rd book, and I did have my one of my favorite bookmarks, Read, Dream, Love. Here, and I really love reading this book. I enjoy following the adventures of a pixie pirate queen who wants to be a pirate, who wants her ship, her crew back, but she needs to save her life, and the only way to survive is to take part in a really dangerous tournament. At least I'm on this part of the book, but I'm loving it. The writing style is absolutely fantastic. It's well paced. It is full of wow twists, mind-blowing twists. It's full of deep musings. It's full of sarcastic humor. It's full of wise thoughts. It's full of magic. It's full of legends. So this book is a real treasure for all those who enjoy fantasy. The world building is adorable. It's so cleverly and thoughtfully written, and if I have more time, I will definitely probably read this book in 2 or 3 days. But I have 2 kids. My girl is only tomorrow. She will turn 10th month. 11th month. And I have my little Nick who goes to school, and I need to control over and everything. That's why I'm a bit slow reader right now. But still, I'm loving this book, and I can't wait to see what will happen to brave, smart, and adorably cute pixie pirate queen. The next book that I keep reading is this one, Angelique by Guillaume Musso. I read this book a bit slower because this one grabbed my attention. This one is one more book by Guillaume Musso, one more psychological thriller with notes of good, perfect romance. We follow Matthias. He's a policeman who wakes up in a hospital and finds out that a young girl is sitting near him and plays violin. She's a future student. Meanwhile, she volunteer at the hospital, so she carries out musical therapy for patients. But their encounter is destined to be, and she asks Matthias to help her with some case that needs more investigation or another perspective into her investigation she's involved in. It's good. It's also well paced. It's Musso style. I'm loving it. But as I have said, that 2 kids, family life. I'm trying to write a bit. That's why I read this one a bit slower. Well, also I'm lucky again to have my book mail. The first book I've got was this one, Unprecedented Times by Lisa Thomas. This is the book 1 of trilogy. I will definitely start reading it in the coming future. I still don't know when it will be, but the pandemic spread, the death toll rose, and nations banded together to combat the biggest biological threat since the Black Plague. Now, a fragile balance holds further tragedy at bay. In this alternate history, follow the spread of the virus through the eyes of four characters as they desperately seek a path towards a better future. At WHO, Clara, a would-be scientist and faithful assistant to Dr. Vincent, the Director General, works tirelessly to alter humanity's course. Meanwhile, Clara's twin sister Rosa, along with her police officer fiancé Ben, fight to survive in a world far darker than it was. How far will people go to survive? Will we risk losing our humanity for the sake of humanity? Well, it sounds pretty captivating and intriguing, and I really can't wait to dive into this one. The book cover is really great, in my humble opinion. The next book that I've got is Alone. By Megan E. Freeman. I haven't heard anything about this author, but when I finished reading Wish by Barbara Connor, Amazon offered me this one, and I read synopsis, and I love the cover. It sounded pretty interesting, pretty captivating, and I decided why not. What's the worst you could imagine? When 12-year-old Maddie Sarah's scheme for a secret sleepover with her two best friends goes awry, she ends up waking up to a nightmare. She is utterly alone, left behind in a town that has been mysteriously evacuated and abandoned. With no one to rely on, no power, and no working phone lines or internet access, Maddie must somehow survive on her own. Her only companions are a Rottweiler named George and all the books she can read. I'm sorry. All the months pass. She escapes natural disasters, looters, and wild animals. But when the crushing loneliness she faces in a constant companion, can Maddie so will to survive carry her through the most frightening experience of her life? Well, mortal danger, dog, book, like it seems to me it sounds really awesome, and the writing style is like this one. So it's pretty unusual, and it's like in a style of diary or something like that, and yeah, just like that, this one. Well, I haven't read such books before, that's why I'm I anticipated to read it. I'm curious twice as much to know how this book will influence my mind. Will it drop an anchor? Will it impress me? So we'll see how it will go, and I will share my emotions and musings with you. The next one is probably you're not surprised because it's Barbara Connor, How to Steal the Dog, because after a Wish, her book that really impressed me, that grabbed my attention from cover to cover, and I'm probably still living with Charlie and Howard and Wishbone, and we're still discussing it with my son, because we are like remembering this or that part concerning Charlie's wishes and so on and so forth. Actually, I'm speaking about this one, yeah. That's why when I finished reading this one, I decided why not. I do want to read all the books by Barbara Connor step by step, because her writing style really eye-catching, thoughtful, really deep from a psychological aspect, and from kids raising aspect. That's why I will definitely read her other books. Half of me was thinking, Georgina, don't do this. Stealing a dog is just plain wrong. The other half of me was thinking, Georgina, you're in backpeaks and you're got to do whatever it takes to get yourself out of it. Georgina Hayes is desperate. Ever since her father left and they were evicted from the apartment, her family has been living in their car. With her mama juggling two jobs, trying to make enough money to find a place to live, Georgina is stuck looking after her younger brother Toby, and she has her heart set on improving their situation. When Georgina spots a missing dog poster with a reward of $500, the solution to all her problems suddenly seems within reach. All she has to do is to borrow the right dog, and its owners are sure to offer a reward. What happens in the last thing she expected? Well, it sounds cute, sounds intriguing in like childish way, but still I love such books for middle grade, for kids, because my inner child is still alive, and I enjoy reading the books like these. I will read it, then I will read it with my son. Actually, I also want to read the book. I don't know. It's the text is really small. The magical world or something of Owen something. I don't like. The letters are too small to read it correctly, but the book cover is like probably you can't see this. Okay, when I will read it, I will order, I will read it, I will share it with you anyway. So, and one more book that I ordered and I'm lucky to have. I want to read this book for ages, and it was in my list for ages. Sea of Kings by Melissa Hope. I heard a lot of this book. I watched Author Tube by this author, and I'm can't wait to follow the adventures of 13-year-old Prince Noah. Has hated the ocean since the day it caused his mother's death. By staying away from the sea isn't easy on his tropical island home, where he's stuck trying to keep up with his dim-witted and overconfident young brother Dagon, the prone to Noah's brain. When a vengeful pirate lays siege to their home, Noah and Dagon narrowly escape with their lives. Armed with a stolen ship, a haphazardly assembled crew, and magical map that makes as much sense as slugs in a soap bath, the brothers set sail for the realm's other kingdoms in search of help. But navigating the sea proves deadlier than Noah's worst fears. To free his home, Noah must solve the map's confusing charts and confront the legendary one-eyed pirate before an evil force predicts the realm and destroys the very people Noah means to protect. So, it sounds gorgeous, it sounds fantastic, it sounds full of adventures. The book cover just like amazing. These letters, the boy, the sea. Wow, when I saw this book cover, it's like it was really eye-catching, and grabbed my attention from the first side. I've heard a lot of this book. Read reviews. Most of them are like great, but still I always want to have my own opinion about this or that book, and I really adore like author is speaking about her book. That's why I've decided to give it a chance and to dive into the sea of kids. So that's how my March is going on. I'm writing a bit. I read more than I have expected because my mom has come to visit us, and I have a bit more time for reading. So I keep enjoying these two gorgeous books of different genres. This one is a brilliant fantasy book, and this one is amazing psychological thriller with a good romance, and I'm lucky to have uh, this one as a book mail. Well, I don't know how the rest of the March will go on, but I hope for the best that my fluffy assistant will keep helping me in writing and will enjoy reading with me. So, March goes on. 25th of March. The month is going pretty well. Unfortunately, I'm a slow reader and a slow writer, but nonetheless, the processes are going on, and I'm happy about this. So, I'm still reading this one, Guillaume Musso, Angelique by Guillaume Musso. It's good. It's written in Musso style, captivating, intriguing, full of unexpected twists. The investigation is going on, and it keeps me in suspense, or at least I'm at here is my here is the book cover that my son gave to me. I have 3 of them in such style: the red one, the green one, and probably the orange one. So I'm on 67 page, and well, I'm still enjoying it, but I read this book less than the one I will tell you in a second. This one, On Wings of Ash and Dust by Brittany Wang. This book is a real treasure among the books of fantasy genre. I keep on following Pixie Pirate Queen, all her adventures under the water, in the forest, or in competitions. It's absolutely amazing. So this book keeps holding my attention. I'm on the episode Cavern of Terrors. Wow, I can't wait to to find out what will happen at the end of the book, because it's really full of twists and full of unexpected turns, and I'm loving it. If you still haven't read this book and you love fantasy genre, you will adore this book. You will fall in love with all the characters. Some of them you will don't like, some of them you will adore, I'm sure, but still the book is absolutely gorgeous. I read it once again that this book is a real treasure among the books of fantasy genre. So if you like fantasy, if you like perfectly made characters, absolutely intriguing, twisty plot, adventurous spirit. If you like magic, if you like intrigues on every single page, and if you like when the book is like built in such a way when there is a story in a story. As soon as I read it, I will tell you a bit more, and I will give you a full complete review and all my thoughts and all my fresh musings concerning this book. But for now, this book is absolutely a treasure, and I will tell you that probably beforehand that I will definitely read the other books by Brittany Wang, because this one is really adorable, and it had already dropped a huge anchor into my bookish heart, even though that I'm not like much into fantasy genre, but still this one is mind-blowing and undeniable.
red lights.
I managed to finish reading 2 books. Actually, I started reading 3 books, but one of them took the lead, and I postponed reading one and give preference to another because well, it grabbed all my attention, and I just like couldn't tear off my eyes from the book. Well, the first book that I finished reading in March was this one, Wish by Barbara O'Connor. I've already told about this book. I filmed a separate video about this book, and I will leave their link in the description below if you're interested in it's incredible book. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. It's about friendship, it's about parentship, it's about childhood. We follow Charlie Reese. She has a really unhealthy environment in her family. That's why she starts her new life with her uncle and aunt are in another town, and here her adventures begin. Well, the book is absolutely awesome. I won't tell once again how absolutely gorgeous this book is. Or if you're interested in, you can watch their separate video about this amazing book. Well, the second one book was really it's definitely my book of March. It's incredible. First of all, I am not much into the fantasy genre. If you follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, you know about it. But I have heard so much about this book. I watched numerous videos by author of this book, and I really loved how passionately, how sincerely the author was talking about her book. It grabbed my attention, it was eye-catching. That's why I gave it a chance and didn't regret the second that I ordered and read this book. I love every single page or every single episode of this book. And this book is this one, On Wings of Ash and Dust by Brittany Wang. I do hope I pronounce the surname correctly. If no, I'm so sorry beforehand. The book is absolutely stunning from every aspect, their plot, their characters, their world building, um, well, the style, all and everything. The quotes are uh, here we have an amazing map to take a look. Take a look. Here we go. Amazing book, amazing map, amazing book cover. I know that there is another book cover now, but I'm really happy I have this one. I don't know, it reflects all the moods of all the characters, all the events, all the intrigues, all the adventures. I will film a separate video for this book because it really dropped a huge anchor into my bookish heart, into my bookish soul. I'm still living with the characters of this book. We follow here Pixie Queen. She's an outlaw. She desperately wants to be a pirate, and she wants her fleet back. But the news about sudden death of her twin brother like corrects her plans, and now she's about to avenge him, and she's about to take part in her different competitions are dangerous. Some moments like perilous competitions, and whether she survives and finds out all the answers to the riddles, and whether she's able to face all the mortal danger that is coming on her path, the mortal dangers that she is facing on her path. You can find out while reading this book. I will read you the blurb. Pixie Pirate Queen may be an outlaw wanted by all 5 fairy clans, but she prefers it that way. All she wants is to finally become a captain in the infamous pirate fleet and bury her true identity beneath the rolling waves. But when the news of her twin brother's sudden death causes her to risk everything she's built to avenge him, Queen is unmasked for who she really is. Her only hope of escaping a certain death in the pixie dust mines is taking her brother's place in the Etherdine and the dangerous competition for the fairy crown. In a series of death-defying trials, Queen faces off the mute beast-tamer and flirtatious merman, a blind artist, a pompous princess. But as dark secrets unravel and an accent prophecy entwines their fates, rivals must become allies before there is no world left to rule. Absolutely gorgeous book. I gave it my highest humble rating, 5.5 out of 5 stars. Why? Just because this book is absolutely perfect, at least in my humble opinion, in all the aspects. The plot, their characters, their writing style, the maps, the quotes, everything. I will film the separate video dedicated to this book, and if you are interested in, you can check it out. Well, and the third book that I've started reading, but I didn't finish it, even though that Guillaume Musso is one of my favorite writers ever. It's good, it's interesting, it's intriguing, it's captivating. They follow a former policeman, Matthias, who woke up in a ward in a hospital after he had a cardiac heart attack, and he met a young lady, Louise Collange. Yes, Louise Collange. Sorry, I've started reading it. I'm on 174, but this one grabbed all my attention. That's why I forgot some names in this book, but still This young girl asks Matthias to help her in the investigation of her mother's death. It's really started intriguing and captivating, and but I just failed to finish reading it in March. That's why I'll just transfer it into April. The book is good, the book is intriguing, is well paced, it's in Yusa style. I'll keep it in my reading process. I will read it and then I will share all my final emotions and musings with you. So the March was pretty good in writing aspect and reading aspect. I don't like talking much about writing process. I am just sitting and just writing. That's all. And when everything is ready, there and when I'm ready to share the result with readers, with you, I will do it. But not now. I'm just writing. That's all. And I'm happy with how the writing process is going on. That's let it be, no rush, or let the process goes in its own pace. But I'm really happy about reading process in March. I'm lucky one to have amazing books. I enjoyed reading two gorgeous, amazing books in March. They nourished my soul. They dropped a huge anchor into my bookish soul, into my bookish heart. I had already recommended this book to all my bookish and not in bookish friends, and this one I also highly recommend to all those who enjoy reading fantasy genre. And even though if you're not much into fantasy genre like I am, like, please give it a chance, because the book is absolutely stunning in all the aspects. I bet that it will like grab your attention from the first lines to the final lines. You will live with these incredible characters. You will worry, you will laugh, you will cry, you will clench your fists while the events go tense. So this book is absolutely amazing, and as I've told you, I will leave the link to their separate video dedicated to this book in the description below. And I would highly recommend this book also to all those who are not much into the fantasy genre, but if you like Hunger Games, Pirates of the Caribbean, Game of Thrones, and sometimes Harry Potter, you will like this book. More details in other video. So the March was pretty good. I am really happy how it was, and with my bookish heart full of inspiration, gratitude, and all possible positive vibes, I'm jumping into the April. Also, I forgot to share with you some book mail, actually the books that arrived with the book mail. The first one is well-known, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by, I am sorry, book is jumping, Taylor Jenkins Reid. I have heard so much about this book. Most of my bookish friends recommended it to me. That's why I will give it a chance. Also, I have this one, Under the Dancing Star by Laura Wood. I read one book by Laura Wood, this one, The Sky Painted Goat. It was absolutely stunning. I loved it. It was a recommendation of Coralie Cajoul, a French writer. When Lou stews inside the Grand Cardew house in the dreamy summer of 1921, she is drawn into the lives of the Cardew's siblings, glittering werewolf Caitlin and handsome enigmatic Robert. But as Lou is swept into the dazzling world of moonlight parties, unrivaled glamour, and whispered secrets, can she stay true to herself and her heart? This was incredible romance. I loved it. That's why I ordered this one, and it's waiting for its turn on my bookshelf. And sorry, here, and this one, I love the cover. I've already told you about this book, about this cover. I love the style for these and these. They have similar style, and in my humble opinion, it's absolutely fabulous, fantastic. So 3 books by Laura Wood. One of them I have already read, and these 2 are waiting for their return. So that was a quick note that I forgot to tell you, but I desperately wanted to share it, my book mail and my emotions of my book mail with you. Book lovers, I'm Elena Khodakivska. This is Cat Joseph, my fluffy assistant. Thank you for dropping by and watching our Bookish March video. See you soon. Bye.